Hello, everybody. It's me. It's Michael B. Thank you so much for spending your time hanging out with me tonight. It's Monday night. It's going to be all right. Welcome to Chill and Chat with Michael B. Tonight on the show, we got a lot of cool things to talk about. Obviously, Arcade1Up was just at PAX West this past weekend. They were at Gamescom the weekend before that. They've announced a bevy of new cabs. I left Time Crisis off the poll I got put up there. I think we're all, pretty done talking about that. It's expensive, but it also seems to be cool. Do what you're going to do with that one. So moving on, I want to talk about the other cabs that they announced. So really from that list, Atari 50 and Galaga Deluxe were the two last ones they announced at Gamescom. And this past Friday from PAX West, we covered Atari 50th once again. Plus, they had some new announcements for the Pac-Man XL and the Miss Pac-Man cabinet. Let's talk about that tonight on the show. And also, I'm going to give you some of my experience of being on That1Up Show this past Friday from PAX West and kind of my experience getting ready for the show, knowing we had surprises and then them being totally ruined. On top of that, AtGames put out a update for their Legends Universal Firmware 5.71 that was an optional update that actually delists CoinOps X. So I want to talk about that. Also want to go back and talk about the update they did with 5.70 and some of the complaints from the community, how it impacted like programs like OneSauce and other UCE files that people were having trouble playing through BYOG. Last but not least, I want to talk about some YouTube drama. Oh, there's so much friggin' YouTube drama between creators and fans in the home arcade space. And I just want to try to make sense of it all and maybe give some advice for new creators on how they can avoid some of this drama and work better with everybody. Maybe it'll be helpful. Maybe you guys will think I'm a dickhead. Who knows? Anyways, let's try to have some fun tonight talking about these topics. It's Chill and Chat with Michael B. All right, guys, let's get started by my favorite thing, bringing the chat up on the screen and saying hello to everybody here in the chat. I don't have as many people as watching as 19K Fox, so it shouldn't take that long. Jason, Little Alien, my moderator, actually isn't going to be here for the beginning of this show. That's because Jason is gone out with his wife to watch a theater screening for They Live, starring the one, the only Roddy Piper. So, Jason, hopefully you do make it. And if you don't, man, have fun with your wife, brother. That's a cool movie. I got a little something special planned for Jason to say thank you. So we've also got JJ. It's he. It's Michael B. Looks like my AtGames devices are all be staying on 5.68 for the foreseeable future. We're going to talk about that. Don't worry about it later. I think there's some misconceptions about whose responsibility that is. So that's what I kind of want to talk about. Cornercades here. Let's go. Saphius says, so what's going on with CoinOps for AtGames? We'll talk about that. Kevin Cosson, he's a drama king. Kevin Crossan says, LOL, let's go. We want the drama. Game Room Guru, I answered this earlier, but he said, have not heard Michael B talk about Robotron for a couple of streams now. Guess that means we're going to get it next year. Guys, you saw the list. Bad guy Mike Worley's here. He did a video on it. If you haven't, go check it out. So Smash TV and Robotron, I think we're on the list. Smash TV is going to be the primary cab. Hopefully they make two. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that might be one of the real ones. More than likely it is. Michael B, grab your Spider-Man 2 PS5 this weekend. No, I didn't. I didn't actually have the Spider-Man 2 PS5 coming. I was looking at getting the what do you call them? The shells to go on it to modify my PlayStation, but I never ever managed to get one. I did have a PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 controller coming, but unfortunately, something got messed up with my Best Buy pre-order, and they canceled on me. And I said, well, screw it. I'm just not going to get it. We got Dan Z, Dan in St. Louis. Always nice to see you, my brother. Dirty Harry says, hey, Mikey 2 Pins. And I did change it. Mikey 2 Pins is my avatar today. Thank you very much. Dr. Z's here. Not excited about any of them. Carlo's here. We've also got Paul Minderman, excited for another Michael B show. Paul, it's good to see you here. Me and Paul have a mutual feeling about one nostalgia. Peter McNabb's here, Matt Astor Gaming, JR, Novasonic 23, Top Jimmy, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Bill also did a video on the leak list from last week. If you haven't already, go check out Bill's Retro Gaming Show's video on the list. Good dude. Andy's Game Room, Shane for the team. Who else we got here? Kurt Mason, nice to see you, brother. KDJ29, Andy's Game Room, good evening, everyone. MSU Rich, El Capitan, any barbecue leftovers? No, there's not. I forgot to say this, but happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. Hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend with families, friends, playing games, hanging out, whatever the hell you did. Hopefully you had a good one. I'll get it later, buddy. Thanks for coming out and telling me. Anyways, going down here, that was my daughter, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I usually only ever stream. It's later here in Newfoundland than it is everywhere else in the world. So I only ever stream usually after my kids and everybody's in bed. So we'll talk about that a little bit later too. No barbecue leftovers. I spent the weekend up at the cabin with the kids, had lots of barbecue. Mainly, I just spent a bunch of time with my kids, took my daughter swimming in the pond, did lots of sleeping, and my internet was down the whole weekend. So I completely tuned out of pretty much everything. Completely refreshed tonight. Looking forward to it. Sterling Hall's here. Always good to see you, Sterling. Worst Jago. Chris Ford says, play nice, kids. I cannot emphasize that enough. Triumph or Dies here. Who else we got? Bob Oif. Bob, it's good to see you, man. This time last year where we've been meeting up in Chicago, brother. Retro Cac is here. Cac. I'll tell you a funny story now. Cac is a funny way for us to see, a funny way for us to talk about male genitalia here in Newfoundland. Console Fanboy says, how come you never do shorts? You can really get lots of views doing shorts. I don't know, Console Fanboy. I just don't do them. I have no idea. Grilled Cheese Deluxe is here. Nooner. Bad Guy Mike Worley, I mentioned. Chris C. Steve V's. Man Cave Arcade. Steve V usually can't watch live because he's usually working Monday nights. Has your schedule changed? Maybe I can get you back on the show sometime, brother. The Realism here. Billy Potter is looking forward to the ALP 4K. Games Plus, whatever happened to WrestleFest? I have no idea. We can talk about that too. G.I. Joel's here. James Hates Everything. I don't know if I mentioned you earlier, James. Matt Astor Gaming's here. Conti Dinda, still 2 pins. Going to be 1 pin soon. We can talk about that as well. Triumph or Die. Did I mention you earlier? Kenny Miller. Jason Little Aliens here. Jason, you're supposed to be on your date. I hopefully it didn't end soon. Thank you so much for being here, brother. I did something very special just for you. Darren Kane's here. Darren, always good to see you. Former Arcade1Up employee, and always good to see you here in the chat, my brother. Mike Hawk Hurts. I'm going to have to call you Mike Cack Hurts from now on. Oh, that's funny. My Best Buy said one Spider-Man 2 controller suddenly became available and I jumped on it. Maybe it is. Jim Pacers fan is here. The Champagne Room. Donovan Klingel. What is Donovan saying? Hope your weekend was great and your upcoming week is even better. Yeah. I'll give you guys a little clip here now. I hate opening up Facebook on my shit while I'm doing this because always something comes up. So let me put down the chat. Hopefully that doesn't come up when I show you this. But I'll show you a little preview of what happened this weekend from Facebook. Here you can see, here's a picture of my wife. We're up at the cabin there. There's my car, my parents. So we have a cabin that's like a guest house built onto my parents' cabin. We always go up there on the weekends to spend time with my parents so the kids get, the exposure of being out in the woods, being out in nature. We get to go out and do fun things. This weekend we were out. I pulled Tommy and Scarlett around in the cart. We played out in the grass for hours. And there's my wife going back and forth. We had these big bubble wands. So we were swinging them back and forth. We had a great weekend. I always take my daughter swimming up to the cabin, but Her swimming hasn't been that great. This weekend was a huge improvement. She jumped right in the water, followed me out. I didn't have to pull her or hold on to her. Man, I was so proud of her. She did so well. Wow, what a great weekend we had. Hopefully you guys had a good one as well. Kelsel's Arcade. Kelsel's, good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat, brother. Tim's Tiny Arcades here. Langs, Chris Langs, fellow Canadian. Good to see you, my man. Tammy G, she needs to talk to Dad. Yeah, she usually does. Kevin Clausen, $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Kevin. I'm going to apologize, but I did something special tonight just for my moderator because he was going to see a movie with his wife, and I thought it would be funny. So I'm not going to do the pinball video money videos anymore. A lot of people wrote me and said like it was really upsetting them. So like I heard that feedback. Plus, I also heard some feedback that affected some people with different disabilities and stuff like that. People said like they were having problems with the sound and shit like that. So I made a special pinball money video just for Jason for tonight, and going forward, I'm still going to do them because people like them, but I'm going to do them different so it's not so abrasive. So here we go. This one is specifically for Jason. What a guy. Thank you very much for the super chat, Kevin Clausen. I knew you'd like that. I told you he was going to see They Live. What better way to do it? All right. Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Tech Buzz. Here we go. Can we talk about the most important story? Is CM Punk going to WWE? Reports say yes. Okay, really quickly, Tech Buzz. Thanks for bringing that up. What a jaw dropper this past weekend. What a goddamn jaw dropper. AEW fired CM Punk finally. I mean, too much, too often did these stuff come up. I'm a huge Punk fan. Obviously, that company has got some issues going on. Punk's got some issues going on. It sucks, but he just didn't fit there anymore. I would love to see him go back to WWE, but I don't know, man. Hopefully he goes back, but I don't think it's going to happen. Kongs R Us is here. Kongs R Us says, hello, future spooning buddy. I'm so excited. We are like 17 days away from the Cleveland Gaming Expo, hanging out. We're going to a baseball game the first night. I got to talk to you guys because maybe I can buy the tickets. You guys can pay me back. We'll see how that goes. But I really want to hit up that baseball game, the Cleveland Guardians baseball game Thursday night. I'm not going to lie. That's one of my biggest reasons for wanting to go. Devil Waldo's here. Nice to see you, Devil Waldo. Retro Cack again. I can't stop laughing. Stephen C., happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to you too. Garage Gamer's here. Garage Gamer, how'd your live go with Arcade1Up on Saturday? Charlie Chuck's here. What's the CoinOps X news? Why must these companies find ways to mess things up? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Phil's Notebook's here. Nice to see you, Phil. P-Dub's Arcade Loft says, I'm a mod and I didn't get sheet. Hey, buddy, I've been working on trying to get you a review Pac-Man unit. What do you mean you don't get sheet? Worst Jago says he loved the pinball money videos. I just got to shorten it, make it less abrasive. I'll figure it out. I love doing it. So there you go. Still abrasive, Charlie Chuck says. Whoops. Dave offered, right, because CM Punk is totally normal and not hard to work with. I didn't say he wasn't. He's been fired from pretty much every company he's worked with. So I don't think it's a good spot. Stock Jock, wait, nice to see you, man. Wait, you're going to buy baseball tickets for all of us? Man, you got a lot of pinball money. No. I'm going to buy it for the group and they're going to pay me back. Matt Astor Gaming, who's going as well to the Cleveland Gaming Expo or Cleveland Gaming Convention, says, I have handheld consoles, stickers, and shirts to give away at CGC. Just find me. That's very nice of you, brother. Thanks for offering to do that. And thank you very much for the super chat, man. We've also got a comment from KDJ29. I like the They Live stuff put into the pinball money video. I live to give. You got to give the people what they want. Singing Spirit says the mid-roll ads hurt my Honestly, people wrote me, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but they indicated they had ADHD. Another person said they had autism, but I don't know. Like, I'm not going to do something like that. Someone tells me that stuff, I'm going to be like, geez, okay, maybe I'll slow it down a bit. Anyways, guys, I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, I am terribly sorry. Guardians have a chance at playoffs, but they're on the outside looking in. Are you going to run on the field? Yeah, of course. If they play Wild Thing, I will. All right, guys, let's get started. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm hoping not to keep you for 3 to 4 hours. So first off, let's talk about some Arcade1Up. Oh, Dr. Z's here. I got to talk about Dr. Z. I'm here to chew bubble gum and get leaks, and I'm all out of gum. Yeah, we can talk about that, man. So what was officially announced last week? Let's talk about that first. And I forgot to bring up this. R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett and R.I.P. the lead singer from Smash Mouth apparently died today as well. I don't know if you guys knew that. So in his honor, I know I'm never supposed to sing, but hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Get paid. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get laid and all that glitters is gold. I'll never sing again, I swear. Except at karaoke when I've had a couple drinks. Hey, Terry B, what's happening, brother? Kevin Clausen knows. $2 super chat. RIP Smash Mouth. Thank you very much, brother. So I apologize, but I wanted to bring this up. Stupid Mike. I didn't have everything ready. I'm not sure that honored him. I'm not sure either, Dr. Z. I'm not sure either. So let's see if I can find this. So I've never seen Jimmy Buffett. My favorite version of Jimmy Buffett. I've been to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville sometimes when I was in Niagara Falls, but probably my favorite Jimmy Buffett memory is not even about Jimmy Buffett anyways. It's the movie Club Dread by Broken Lizard. And Pina Colada Town. Oh, apparently he had a problem with alcohol and killed his liver. Oh, that's so sad. Anyways, if I don't want to get the ads on here, but I just want to show you guys this. So you guys may have seen this past week, I had the honor of once again, Tango 28. What's up, Tango 28? I had the honor of once again being on Arcade1Up's live stream, That1Up Show. Coconut Pete, thank you very much, man. Astro Gaming. You guys are the best. Coconut Pete is my favorite ever Jimmy Buffett impersonation. I love Club Dread. Love Club Dread. I can watch it a million times. I saw 19K Fox here earlier too. I missed you, man. I'm very sorry. So for those of you that missed it, this past week, I was once again on one of the Arcade1Up, That1Up shows. I'm not really supposed to be on those. This is more of an Arcade1Up, marketing show where they announce. I think I'm going to be doing, we'll see how it goes. I might not be doing Arcade1 Update and asking questions, getting information from the community and asking questions back. But they've asked me twice now to do That1Up Show with them to help them with this. And I've been willing to do it. So there it is. Anyways, at this weekend show, they were there in the Atari booth to basically introduce the Atari 50th cab in person. Super chat, $2. Mike had the honor to work for free for 1UP. Yes, that is true. That is 100% true. As of right now, I have received nothing from Arcade1Up. I have no contract. There's nothing going on. I'm just helping out because there's an opportunity to do so and maybe get to get my opinion heard and get some things changed. That's my hope. So there we go. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin Clausen. Anyways, they were there to show off the Atari 50th cab. And we also did some announcements during the show. So what I wanted to do was kind of cover some of that stuff. I'm a dang celebrity. I don't know about that. Nothing going on. Wink, wink, Garage Gamer. So anyways, let's talk about Atari 50th first. And just bring up the entire screen. Yeah, exactly. I can give them direct feedback. That's the idea. Now, I'm doing it because honestly, I like Arcade1Up. I like things. I like to tell them things like, yeah, Time Crisis should have been in an XL cab. Your driving cabs should also be in XL cabs because it hurts my back to stand at them, bent over them. That's the kind of feedback I want to, give and hopefully help make change, be an agent of change. Help them, do better with community, not do stuff like, copy Glenn's group. So direct feedback, Asteroids Reskin as soon as possible. Yeah, they weren't listening on that one. It's too late in the game. Well, who knows? It could work with anybody. Anyways, doesn't really matter. I'm having fun. As long as I keep having fun, I'll do it. If it's not fun, I won't do it. It's as simple as that. Anyways, let's talk about Atari 50th first. So over 50 classic games. This was announced. And here's the thing. I wanted to make sure Cyrus came out right out of the gate and talked about this. I talked to their marketing people and I told them the feedback that this is really not a product normally the community would look at. We expect Arcade1Up to make arcade recreations. This isn't that. So I said, let's jump out of the gate and talk about that first. This is an out-of-the-box product for you. It's not what you normally do. So, Cyberstyles, is it actually your birthday? Yeah, well, it's true. If it's not fun, I won't do it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Okay, very quickly, Kevin Clausen, I will address that. Do you want to know why companies like to work with me? Because they ask me, and then I say yes, and it's not really a big problem. That's why AtGames asked me to do stuff. AtGames asked me, hey, will you host our National Owners Day contest announcement? And I'm like, sure. I don't ask for anything. I don't really kick up a stink. I just do it to help out. That's why. And that's what Arcade1Up have done. They've asked me, and I've said yes. So there we go. Anyways, Atari 50th. I forgot. Almost forgot this one. Cyberstyles 2077. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Cyberstyles. Everybody in the chat, throw him a happy birthday. If it really is your birthday, sir. Kevin Clausen with another $3 super chat. Kevin, you got to say something with these. I don't know what to do when you don't say something. Thank you for the super chat, though, all the same. And Console Kit knows there's the other one. People feel like if they tell you a secret, you keep it. You're trustworthy. That's why. Yes, if someone tells me something in confidence, I won't say it because they told me in confidence. It's funny that you mentioned that, Console Fanboy, because someone asked me on my last Ask Me Anything, who do you hold allegiance to, the company or to us, the audience? To me, to what I feel is right. I'm not going to tell you guys something because I think the community should know if I was told in confidence. If it's something bad, really bad, like someone's doing something dirty to you, I might break confidence, but otherwise, no. So thanks for saying that. Anyways, dear God, let's try to get through to this. Atari 50th. No, I'm not the leaker to anybody. Atari 50th. Over 50 classic games. Obviously, I have strong feelings on Arcade1Up going outside the box, but you got to look at it like this. This is a collaboration doing with Atari. So if you were looking for a classic arcade recreation, this isn't it. But if you're looking for something outside the box, celebrates Atari, apparently this is what the company wanted. They worked with Arcade1Up to develop this. Cool. It's not for me, but it might be for some classic Atari Arcade1Up fans or somebody like that. Who knows? It could just be a good multicade if you want to play a bunch of, Atari 2600 games on your console. One thing I liked, obviously, they had Adventure. It had Yara's Revenge, but no goddamn Plaque Attack. I was pretty upset about that. Did Conti say he would like it? Charlie Chuck? Where is it? I think my chat's gone by. Let's see. Where's Conti's comment? Look at this. Conti, Atari 50 growing in me. You don't want it growing in you, brother. Oh, Coin Worker, that's not true. Cool Toy. Cool Toy has all the ROMs. 19K Fox says, false. Mike regularly reveals my home address and social security number. Also accurate. Oh, worst Jago knows. No food fight, no buy. But here's the thing. They did nail the cab shape. So if this was like an asteroids cab, everybody would have loved this. I'm telling you right now, no one would shit on this thing at all, if this was an asteroids cab. But here we go. Mike Hawkert says, after seeing Atari 50th on the Garage Gamers PAX stream, I kind of started to like it a little, I have to admit. The side art is still A. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Bill says, I can say 100% I did not get the list from Michael B, just so everyone understands. He did not. I know who gave Bill's Retro Gaming Show the list. He doesn't care if we say who gave it to him. I can tell you right now, that list went out. You guys did an excellent video on it. I think it was PD7, yourself, the bad guy Mike Worley. You all got it from the same person. You guys all did great videos. These are all good people too. Go check out their videos. Go check out what they thought of the list. What I was told later that day and what I came out and said on Kong's show was, I was told that the list isn't 100% accurate. Now, I was told this by Arcade1Up earlier in the day. If that was to get out ahead of the other guys leaking the list, or if that's the truth, I don't know. I'm going to take it for what it is. They're telling me that not everything on the list is accurate. And I will tell you that list is the list I got way back when. And it was never the accurate list. It was the proposed list for 2024, according to back before the year started or whatever. I don't know. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I think some of the things 100% on the list are real. Some things aren't. We'll have to wait and see. But that doesn't mean what they're reporting by any means is false. That might be the list. That might be actually what's coming out. Please go check out their videos. So anyways, back to this. 64 iconic Atari games, 50 2600, 14 arcade games. So let's take a look at the cabinet, the different images. There you got the front look. There, of course, you've got the side look. There's the other side look. My dogs are trying to get in the room. Here's the video, the flash video. Let me see if I can bring this up larger for you guys. I think people are disappointed that, and most of the people saying, well, the list isn't accurate, is because they didn't see the game they wanted to see. That's possible. Anyways, guys, that's the Atari 50th. Me personally, I've said what I'm going to say about the Atari 50th. If you're a big Atari fan, this may be an awesome product for you. Me personally, I want Arcade1Up to make more of the arcade recreations. I would have been a lot more excited if this had an asteroid skin, or if they did a Crystal Castles or something like that. But if anybody likes it, I'm not going to tell you it's shit. That's your opinion. You do what you want to do. Also, this is one of their Vault releases, so it has a bunch of light-up buttons. Of course, it also has the light-up volcano buttons. It's also got a control stick for the first time. I will tell you also, I am a little concerned about how comfortable that control panel is going to be. So I would like to get some feedback from some of the people that either were at Gamescom and tested it out, or were at PAX West and tested it out, and just get some feedback for you on how you felt about the control panel. I'm always worried when there's too much in a small space that it's just going to be a little crowded and not comfortable. So give me some feedback on what it felt like when you guys were playing it. Anyways, moving on. We had our first surprise of the day, and Well, it wasn't really a surprise, but we had Pac-Man XL announced, and we covered this on the show, and I will be very honest with you guys. This is where I get into the background. Garage Gamer says control panel's fine. Thank you very much, Garage Gamer. I appreciate the feedback, brother. Hey, Goofy Foot's here. Good to see you, Goofy Foot. Goofy Foot says that list is a troll job. Maybe. I don't think so. That's, is what it is. I was told it's no longer accurate, so I'm going to take it at that. Paul Minderman says Travis suggested most of the list was accurate, minus obviously ridiculous ones. So, I mean, anything could change, right, guys? Anything could change. Doesn't mean that the list that these guys did a video on was inaccurate at the time they got it. But things change. So, going back to Pac-Man XL, the idea was this was supposed to be the big surprise of the show we were going to do on Friday. So, of course, we're getting ready for the show, and yeah, they asked me at the last minute if I would jump in and host, because the other one that the other guy at Arcade1Up that was supposed to jump on with Silas wasn't available. Cyrus wasn't available, so I said, sure, I'll help out. So I jumped on, and obviously we had a big surprise talked about. The thing was, we were supposed to announce the Pac-Man XL. And then, of course, a day early, up on the Facebook page, it's leaked a day early. One of the Costco's has put them out early, so Pac-Man XL's out there. So we're like, damn it, what do we do? $4.99 super chat. I'm starting to think the list was bogus. Any list that has 720 but not MKXL can't be accurate. Didn't feel real. Kind of like meeting Carrie. Hey, congratulations. If you guys didn't see, Console Fanboy put out a pretty fun video earlier today. One of what I think is better. Like, he does some really good content sometimes. Really nice with a really good story to it. And today was him getting to live one of his lifelong dreams out. He got to meet Carrie Hoskins. Carrie Hoskins, Sonia from MK3, and actually they met, had drinks, and hung out, and he had some gifts for her. Go check out his video. I thought it was really good. Thanks for the super chat, Console Fanboy. So anyways, going back to Pac-Man XL, this was supposed to be the big surprise for That1Up Show. Of course, a day early, Costco's put them out early, so of course that surprise was ruined. Then on top of that, Arcade1Up themselves put up on their app the Pac-Man XL cab before the show as well. So, boom, double sabotaged. So we talked about it, and we said, what are we going to do? And I just said, screw it. Let's just say it's a surprise and then make fun of ourselves because the surprise was ruined. And that's what we tried to do. Hopefully you guys saw it as funny. Maybe some of you didn't. I don't really know. But Pac-Man XL did come out early, and then we didn't have a surprise anymore. We still had one surprise. So the original idea was we were going to say Pac-Man XL, and then say, sorry, that surprise was ruined. But luckily, the other surprise wasn't ruined, which we'll talk about in a second, because guess what? That surprise got ruined too. So let's take a look at the product details. Here's your games list, and here's really what I want to get into. Wi-Fi leaderboards, sleek cabinet design, light-up marquee. Light-up marquee looks really good too. Foam molded light-up coin door with authentic arcade look, and B-Kong will be happy about this. The coin door is higher up on the XL cabinets than it is the Deluxe, so I know he will be happy. Dual speakers for crisp, there it is, crisp arcade sound. BOE 19-inch color monitor. It was funny because during the show, I forgot to talk to Cyrus about that before the show. So I just asked him flat out on the show. I was like, this got a BOE yet? Because people have to know, because the last run of XL cabinets had really shitty screens. So of course I got to ask, does it have a BOE monitor? And he had like a brain freeze. He couldn't remember. So I was like, should I ask you? Should I not ask you? But it is in fact a BOE 19-inch screen in this, and like everybody that has shown video, because people have brought this home now, they show video of the screen. Screen looks a million times better than the last set of XL cabs, so we can be happy about that. Real feel joysticks and buttons. What they don't mention is these buttons actually light up like some of the Deluxe buttons. It's not even here on the list, but these are light up buttons. I will say again, we want better feeling buttons from Arcade1Up, and instead they spent extra money making them light up instead of making them higher quality. Go figure. So these do light up. From what I've been told, they have the same feel as the original Arcade1Up buttons. They just light up, but they do look pretty cool. Those who want the authentic arcade experience, you're not getting that because it's not a real arcade machine. But for those who want it to imitate the authentic arcade experience as much as possible, the light up may bother you. Anyways, other than that, from everything I've seen in the community, this cabinet looks awesome. This is, again, what I say about the XL cabs. This is what Arcade1Up should have always been doing. I love the XL cabs. You can see them here behind me. Saiyan Spirit says Biggie D actually said his source confirmed Cowabunga collection. I'm not going to deny that. Biggie D might have a source. I have no idea. I'm not going to dispute it. I don't know. But anyways, here we go. Here's the Pac-Man XL cab. I'm really excited about this. Unfortunately, it's not coming to Canada. Hopefully, by the love of God, Arcade1Up finally sends me a review cabinet. That would be damn awesome on this, because I can't buy it, and I would love to have it in my collection. I would love to review it. We'll see what happens. There should be an XL version of Cowabunga collection. Yes, all the cabs should be XL. I'll say it. All the cabs should be XL. That's what Arcade1Up should be making. The XL cabs are awesome. I like them. My source confirms a new Pac-Man next year and every other year that Arcade1Up is in business. In fact, several per year. I'm extremely excited. They did make it $1,000. They didn't. Obviously, this is $599. It's obviously a lot cheaper than the other XL cabs. Last year, the XL cabs were $699 US. So it's nice to see finally one of the price points going in an opposite direction, right? All should be XL and $299. Maybe. I don't know. I would love for them to be cheaper too, because then I could buy more. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. No, Dick Watson, that's coming up. I just got to get through these Arcade1Up cabs. So anyways, Arcade1Up, Pac-Man XL, go check out different people in the community. I don't know if there's any reviews out yet. I haven't seen any come up across my YouTube feed. I've seen a couple pictures and videos posted on the Facebook groups. But then again, I've been at my cabin with like terrible internet the last couple days on our phone. The cell phone service has been terrible. So I might have missed something, but go check it out in the community and see if there's any videos, footage out there, the Pac-Man XL. But from everything I've seen so far, this one looks really good. This looks like a winner. And I'm an XL diva now, so I'm really excited about this one. So then we had our other surprise announcement, and this was the plan. When we were doing the show, we were going to make fun of the fact that Pac-Man XL got ruined, but we were going to say, luckily, our other surprise didn't, and then announce the Miss Pac-Man Deluxe. Except Arcade1Up posted it early in the day. They sent email notices to people that Miss Pac-Man Deluxe was coming out. It was up on their website. It was on the app. So they ruined their own surprise during the show. So then both surprises were ruined, and we were like, crap. I mean, here we are doing a show on a cab that everybody already knows about, Atari 50th. And then we told people we had surprises, and then Arcade1Up themselves ruined those surprises. So there you go. Anyways, we tried to do the best we could with what we had. We tried to turn lemonade into lemons, and that's what we did at the end of the day. So, you know, it was a little disappointing, but at the same time, I mean, I don't really care. I feel bad for you guys, the fans, because they promised you guys a surprise, and then it didn't happen. So it sucks, but that's what you do. I don't know, Jay, but anyways, hopefully they can figure this out, because these announcement shows can be fun. It can be a lot of fun, but not when they're telling people ahead of time before. Like, you want your shows to be that announcement moment when people are excited, and it's hard to do that when you're posting on your own website and sending out email notifications earlier in the day that it's there. I'm not talking about people making harmless videos. I don't have any problem with that. I've done it myself. So if like a website leaks something, I will make a video on it. Arcade1Up, ruins their own announcement and puts it up on their website, I will make a video on it. Nothing wrong with that. A list comes out and people make a video on that. Nothing wrong with that. But when Arcade1Up announces their own announcement before their own show, oy vey. I can't do a road trip. Like if I lived in Ontario, 100%, I would just jump across the border, go get some Arby's, pick up a Pac-Man Deluxe and come home. But you got to understand where I'm too, right, Retrocade? I'm in Newfoundland. So in order for me to do a road trip to the closest Costco, I would have to drive. I either drive 13 hours across the province and then get a 10-hour ferry, or I drive 2 hours and get a 20-hour ferry. Those are my two choices. Then I'm only in Nova Scotia. I've got to drive from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick and then across to Bangor, Maine, which is the closest place. And I don't even know if they have a Costco in Bangor, Maine, but that's the closest city to Newfoundland. So that trip from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick is approximately 8 hours. It's another 4 hours from New Brunswick to Bangor, Maine. So 13-hour drive, 10-hour ferry trip, plus then another 8 hours, plus another 4 hours. You see where it's going. It would be very expensive and very time consuming to go across the border for me. Otherwise, I would love to do it. And thank you very much for the super chat, man. So anyways, Pac-Man XL, I can't confirm whether or not this is going to be a vault cab because I don't know. We can confirm they did include the box, and no, not a vault cab, just a regular deluxe. So lucky enough they did include that, but it does have a lot of the vault features. Let's go down to the product details. Metal certificate of authenticity plaque, which is a vault thing, but the box doesn't say vault. Weird. Then, of course, we've also got upgraded joystick and light up buttons, which are also on the XL cab, but not on the website. The answer is to make Newfoundland into part of the U.S. Sorry, the War of 1812 didn't work out for you. God bless you. Sleek cabinet design, light up marquee, light up molded faux coin door. So again, another vault thing there. Dual speakers, 17-inch BOE monitor. We're done with the TM monitors. Thank God. And then, of course, over 5 feet tall. So Miss Pac-Man looks cool. I wanted... Kessel's Arcade says, if my local Costco had Pac-Man XL at the weekend, I'd probably have bought it just to take a look, but I'm not driving around Costco's looking for it. No, me neither. I think P-Dub said you can actually call and get an update on the inventory. You might want to try that, Kessel's, before you actually head to Costco. My Costco is literally 5 minutes away. That's the other funny thing. If it did come to Costco Canada, I'm literally 5 minutes from Costco. I could go pick it up. So when we were doing this, you will notice the very first thing I said to Cyrus on the Miss Pac-Man cab was, Cyrus, what's the deal with the black? I mean, you go all the way back to their sizzle reel from CES. The only deluxe cab they had on their sizzle reel was, in fact, the blue Miss Pac-Man cabinet, and then it disappeared. Then they re-release it with the black, and I am at a loss for words. I mean, most of us, again, want something that's some kind of recreation of the original arcade. Again, we understand these are toys, not real arcades, but we want some facsimile. We want them to at least look like the original cabinet. But instead, for some reason, they went with the black. And maybe that was a retailer request. Maybe they really liked last year's black Miss Pac-Man. I don't know. Like, for me, like, I'm really upset because I miss my Miss Pac-Man. I wanted a deluxe Miss Pac-Man. I don't like Class of 81 because of the mismatchy art. I know that's cool for some people, and you're entitled to your opinion. It's just not my opinion. So I am really bummed out that they did do a Miss Pac-Man Deluxe and didn't make it blue. Hopefully next year they make a Miss Pac-Man XL and it's blue. Dre got $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much, brother. Peasant versions of Pac looks more proportional than that popsicle stick deluxe cab. XL, or at least widen the deluxe to the width of the riser, 20 width. Good point. Toxin says the XL will be blue. I would appreciate that. Zero Redux says, so next year they can say, we are listening to the community and release the blue one. Yeah, there you go. And there's some more critical feedback from Red Baron Arcade. I would have bought the pink and blue one. These guys really know how to piss off their audience. Yeah, I don't understand why they went in this direction. But anyways, those are the cabs that were announced. Obviously, my favorite of the bunch is Pac-Man XL. That's the one I really want. It looks like the original arcade. It has the shape, the size, the girth that I want from these Arcade1Up cabinets. This is what I want to see them do. Now let's go see what the poll says. So we've started the poll 51 minutes ago. There's 166 votes. I'm about to end the poll. Just waiting for the results to come up and we'll go over it. Which Arcade1Up product announced are you most excited for? The winner, not surprising, with 42% is Pac-Man XL. Here in a shocker, a real shocker to me personally, but you know, you guys are up to do what you want to do on this, but Atari 50th Deluxe came in second with 22%, which the last time we did cover these, Atari 50th was in last place. So the opinion on Atari 50th has, you know, moved around on this. People are coming around on Atari 50th, which is a surprise to me. I thought where it wasn't an arcade recreation, more people would, you know, pass on that. Galaga Deluxe in at third with 19%, and then fourth, last place, coming in with 16% of the vote, Miss Pac-Man Deluxe, 16%. Mike Hockert says, I prefer the blue, but think the black looks fine. Yeah, man, everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you like the black, you like the black. It's all good. Doesn't really matter. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Toxin says his 40th head-to-head is black, and it's sexy. Good for you, Toxin. Dragot says the Atari cab looks premium. There you go. All I can tell you guys is how I think, and you're entitled to your opinions. That's what I love about this. I'm not going to debate you. I'm just going to tell you how I think, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. So good stuff, guys. Anyways, we're going to move on to our next topic now, but before we do, it's everybody's favorite moment on Chill and Chat with Michael B. when I type very loudly on my keyboard to put a new poll up. I'm sorry, guys. I know it bothers you so much. So here we go. Oh, apparently I'm not writing in the poll. Entertain yourselves while I rate this poll in, you great people. And thank you so much. I see 260 people here live watching. Guys, that's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. You guys are the best. All right. So here we go. New poll is up. Are you doing the Legends Ultimate Firmware 5.71 update? Now, if you're not familiar with what the Legends Ultimate 5.71 update is, AtGames, I think it was Friday, put out an optional update for users of the AtGames Legends HD devices. And I'm going to show it to you now because I have the release notes here in front of me. And this is going to spark a whole topic that I do want to talk about. So here we go. Mikey Two Pins, here we go. Special notice, this is an opt-in update. If you wish to update your Legends HD device to 5.71, please contact customer service here. Changes since firmware 5.70, CoinOps X has been delisted from App Store X and is no longer available as a startup application. Here's the miscellaneous. You get a minor UI, general performance and stability, which I don't know what it means. All Legends HD devices, new Legends firmware releases are now on an as-ready schedule. Latest firmware release are always known here. Known issues can be found here. So basically, this is an optional updates that removes CoinOps X. So I don't know why they're doing this. I have no idea, but I want to go back to firmware 5.70 and a video I did last week. So give me a second to bring that up. Oh, I'm going to put this off for a second so I can bring up the video, guys. Just give me one quick second. You guys are wonderful. Sorry for being unprepared. Unprepared, Mike. Here you go. Here's your content. Could have done it this way. So much easier. And there's ads, so it might take a couple minutes. Worst Jago says, Mike S. trying to turn AtGames legit. Maybe. I don't think it's that. I got a feeling like some people are going to blame him for this, but that's not the case at all, guys. So, uno momento, por favor. So, last week, I did this video. Here we go. I did this video talking about the AtGames Universal Firmware and update 5.70. And a couple of the fans, people in the community, were complaining that this update was basically breaking their one sauce. And it also was affecting some of the games through BYOG. So I did the video based on that. I reached out to AtGames, and at that time, they did not offer a response. So what I did then was I did this video, and I said, AtGames never got back to me about it. And I said, I hope they fix this. So some of that was my ignorance. I always thought AtGames was working with the third-party developers to make sure these programs worked. Not so much the sauce or anybody doing like the fobs and USB sticks you could buy online with preloaded games, but I thought they were working with like people to make sure third-party games worked. Here we go. $6.99 super chat from Rights Retrocade. When you open Mikey 2 pins, your arcade pin bar, will your house draft be an India Pale Ale, and what is it called? Flipper Stripper IPA. That's an excellent comment. I don't know. I still got to work on that. Thank you for the super chat, brother. So let's go over this. I always thought AtGames were working with these companies, but did get some feedback back from AtGames, and let me see if I can bring it up here for you guys so I know what to read here. Let me put this over here. So I'm going to read this out to you now, guys. So AtGames did issue kind of a comment. 5.70 still works fine with CoinOps X. Can break add-on X, but there's a fix for it. One sauce community really hassled AtGame tech support. That's where the 5.71 threat came from, Carlo says. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but maybe. I will tell you what AtGame said to us was basically right now, they're not looking to move away from having an open-ended multi-gate for people to work with. However, when they do their updates are focused on basically making sure that their stuff works. So they don't test, CoinOps X. They don't test any of the uses. They don't test one sauce. They don't test any of that stuff to make sure it works after they do their updates. They do their updates basically to make sure their stuff works and to protect their investment and the community's investment in AtGames. Right now, they have no interest in moving away from having an open source where people can come work on it. However, they don't test this stuff. They're not responsible for it working. So these are all third-party applications. So what happens is if they do an update and something breaks, really it's a third party's, whoever developed it, whether it be the OOS, whether it be CoinOps, whether it be, what's another one? Other Legends Ultimate or Underground, all that stuff. It's those people's responsibility for making sure that stuff works, not AtGames, because they don't test it. They don't do anything with it. So I think AtGames really felt it was unfair that the community kind of shit on them last week when their update did impact one sauce and did impact some stuff through BYOG, because, that's not their problem. It's like Microsoft does an update. If Microsoft does an update and updates some of your emulation stuff on your Microsoft, on your Xbox or whatever you're doing, do you get mad at Microsoft? You're like, whoa, you crap my emulation up. No, I mean, this stuff happens, right? Anyways, I don't know really what more to say about that. So 5.73 will deactivate the Bit Blaster. Anyways, so the thing is, they just did this 5.71 update, and I really don't know what it is. Carlos says that it's a threat to that community to be like, we can just delist all this stuff and make it extremely hard for you to bring your stuff onto AtGames. Maybe, I don't think so. I think right now, they're just testing the waters. Obviously, they're hoping to bring in bigger, better licenses. And, they've got to make sure their firmware is locked down, make sure they're not working with third-party companies to really foster that environment. But it is an open system. They want people to work on it. It's just you can't expect them to work with them to make sure their updates aren't going to impact those sources. So there it is. But there's an offside to that too, and then AtGames have to understand, I made my video not to attack AtGames, and I might have came across that way. I apologize. I'm very sorry. But at the same time, for those of us that do rely on the third-party stuff, it was more so just a message out there to say, hey guys, hold off. The update may brick your OneSauce, may affect your BYOG. Maybe hold off, not for AtGames to fix it, not your responsibility, but until the third-party developers that are doing this stuff for the community or whatever, until they fix it. So it's a bit of a give and take, because you're going to have AtGames saying, I don't want people telling people not to do our firmware. We're not responsible for the third party. What they have to understand too is big part of your community buys your stuff for the third-party stuff, because we can do all that fun stuff. So we may hold off on doing your update until the third-party stuff is up and running and compatible again with your update. That's the middle ground. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. I think that's the best way to explain it. Anyways, so to answer your question about, answer my question, I guess it is, about whether or not people are going to do the 5.71 update that, the new update changes some permissions on a folder too, similar to what happened in the past, requiring new OOS building tool. Don't panic. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. Is AtGames worth it for a non-modder? That's the million-dollar question too. Depends on what games you like, because if you don't intend to mod your AtGames Legends Ultimate or AtGames Legends 4KP, take a very good look at the games list, what's available through download, and make sure you be happy with that. It's like the iArcade. I used to do reviews on the iArcade, and I would say, God damn it, this machine is awesome. I love the controls, love the sound, I love build quality. I think it's awesome. But make sure you look at the games that are available and ask yourself, is it worth buying this console based on the games I can pick up for it and the quality of games? Because the quality games probably aren't going to get any better. And oh boy, they sure didn't. So with AtGames, it's the same thing. You get 300 games. Make sure you like the 300 games. Take a look at what's available in the downloadable game packs. Make sure you're happy with them. There you go. There you go. Thanks for the details, Jason. People overreacted. Yeah. So anyways, go into the list. How many people here in the chat are going to be doing the Legends Ultimate firmware update 5.71, the optional update? Oh, Jason, you can't come on and say that. ... What are you doing, man? You're killing me. You're killing me. Soul Red says, honestly, I think AtGames has a pretty solid games list out of the box. Well, yeah, you look at it like the one I have, there's 5 Arcade1Up cabs games lists in that ALU 1.1. So, but JT Brunwick says, no one buys ALU for the 309 games. I will be honest with you. If, say, for example, AtGames ever, which I don't think they will, they're dedicated to continually having an open source arcade on there. They're just not going to partner with the third-party companies to make sure it works. So I don't think it'll ever go away. But say, for example, it ever did go away, I'd be pretty bummed, and I would have to take a look at other multicade options. Maybe I would get a Chulix. Maybe I would get a Rec Room Masters, because right now That's what I use my ALU for. That's my big giant multicade. So I'd be pretty disappointed if they didn't have that ability in the future, but I wouldn't worry about it because AtGames have been very open. They are not moving away from an open multicade. They're not. They've said it. Things might change. They might change the way and how you play your BYOG. They might make it harder. They have this new loader thing. Maybe they don't have CoinOps in the future. Maybe the sauce doesn't work. Maybe the third parties are going to have to rework on how they do the roost files. I don't know. Worst Jago says it's going to be hard for AtGames to get any big IPs if they don't lock it down. Yeah, companies don't like that. Why would a company like Capcom come on board with AtGames and say, yeah, we'd love to sell our games through our platform, especially since people can just go and get them anyways. So there you go. And then Paul Minderman says, then AtGames will always be a distant second. Multicades aren't new and they're not nostalgic. Thanks, Paul. Anyways, sorry, one guy bought it for the 300 games. Yeah, like honestly, some people will. Ooh, here's some feedback. Remember when Wagner's ALP 4K details mentioned that Cox will work, but will require a different process? There it is. There it is. Anyways, guys, I don't have much more to say on it. The truth of the matter is, if an update comes out and breaks something that community has created, a third-party developers created, whether it be CoinOps X, Sauce, any of that stuff, that's not on AtGames. They don't work with the third-party developers. They don't test their stuff. They just do updates to make sure their stuff is working. If you guys are unhappy because one sauce no longer works or whatever you're working, reach out to them. Get them to fix it. Because honestly, that's them. They're the ones doing it. It's their responsibility. Now, at the same time, AtGames need to understand that, you know, a lot of people use your stuff primarily to do the fun modding stuff. So if they get an update that, you know, people in the community say, hey guys, this affects CoinOps X, more than likely, they're probably going to hold off from the update until they hear from the third party that the third party has things fixed out. Because it might be more important for them to use the third party application than it is your first party application. So we'll see how things go in the future, but I will tell you right now, open and honest, AtGames isn't moving away from being an open multicade. There's no issues here. Don't overreact to this news. Just don't blame AtGames when the third-party stuff doesn't work after an update, because they don't do the updates on the third-party stuff. And plus, worst case scenario, hook a PC up to it and play whatever the hell you want. There you go. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the poll now. 14 minutes ago, 91 votes. And 91% of people are saying no, they're not going to do the optional 5.71 update to delist CoinOps X. 8% say yes. I'll be honest with you, I really like CoinOps X. I don't want it to go away. There you go. All right, double down on the coffee before we get to our next and final topic. So, guys, I don't know if you've been following along, but there's been a bunch of drama in the home arcade YouTube community over the last little while. There's been so much drama, and it's so friggin' unnecessary. Like, I've got people coming at me for all kinds of reasons because I did, That1Up Show, worked with Arcade1Up, but I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I have one person who's hated me for the last 2 years, hates my guts, thinks I'm a grifter, a charlatan, doing YouTube for all the wrong reasons. Cool. I don't know what to say. I've been very open and honest with this person. Still feels the same way. Doesn't matter. I'll move on to the thing I really want to talk about. Lately, there's been a lot of crazy talk about gatekeeping, and specifically people being upset about YouTube streams and when other people do YouTube streams. And this is such a weird and hard topic, right? Because here's the thing. There's millions of people on YouTube, millions of people on YouTube who do YouTube. And there's an option to stream. So people are going to stream when it's comfortable for them. Me personally, I stream after I put my kids to bed. Usually that is 9 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 Newfoundland time. That's the time I have to do it where it's not impacting my work life, my personal life, anything like that. Every now and then, I might do a stream earlier in the day on my lunch break because I was going to be working on a video anyways, and I'll get it out of the way. So there you go. I'm a pretty positive guy, so I don't intend to do this in a negative way. I'm just going to be honest. Lately, a couple people have been complaining, and these are new and upcoming channels, that they feel like some of the bigger channels are intentionally trying to gatekeep them or stream over them or not give them opportunity. And I feel really bad about that. Like, I've always been a proponent of YouTube's for everyone. Everybody should have a voice. Even if it's negative, you can say whatever you want. There's tons of people out there. There's lots of news. Nobody should be upset about whether or not someone else did a video. You should still make the video. People might want to hear your opinion. Everybody should do it. So let's get to the stream part. You guys should do streams whenever you want, but you probably feel, okay, I'm not going to get the same viewing I was going to get because somebody else is going to do it at the same time. Well, there's two ways to deal with that. One is to talk about people behind their back, get in your groups and like figure out that this is this huge conspiracy to hold you down. Or the other one is screw it, do better, get your own audience and just keep doing it. Like, that's one. Here's the third way, and here's the way I suggest you guys do it. You're assuming people intentionally know when you stream, when people might not even watch you. I've done streams on a Tuesday, and then someone will say to me afterwards, oh, you went on the same time as X person. I didn't even know they were streaming. And it's not because I'm being a dick or anything like that. It's just people assume that they know, or they feel entitled that everybody should know. No one knows. So if you don't want people to stream at the time you're streaming and you want to work with that person, the best way to make people aware of that, reach out to them, talk to them, become their friends, maybe invite them to your streams yourself, do stuff with them so they become aware of it. Right now, the people that don't stream over the other people are usually friends with people, so we're aware when they stream. And then we have a professional courtesy that we don't stream at the same time as our friends. So if you don't want people to stream the same time as you, be a friend, talk to these people, communicate with them. It's the simplest thing to do. Then say, for example, you reach out to me and then I still stream over you, then I'm a dick. Then feel free to say whatever you want negative about me. Otherwise, just be cool with everybody. This is not that hard. I'm going to be honest with you. Not everybody is going to be able to fit it in. Sometimes people have shit they want to get in that might impact yours, but that's all you can do. Most people try to stay out of people's way if they know that your show's going on. No one tries to stream over you. That's it. Anyways, that's been one that kind of bothered me the last little while. No one's trying to keep anybody down. Everybody wants us to work. Everybody wants us to be a fun environment. For God's sakes, I even said I was going to start doing a Saturday show to have new people on my channel to promote them, their streams and all that stuff. We're almost past the summer where I'm not going to be going to the cabin anymore. I still intend to do that. And I intend to have lots of people on, even people that would surprise you that weren't even on there. This is an open space. We all want to help each other, and we should all help each other. Enough with the back talking, enough with the groups, enough with the saying stuff. Actually reach out and talk to people. Yeah. So, I mean, anybody who saw this stuff, there we go. Here we go. $2 super chat. Don't cross the streams. Honestly, we tried not to. You tried to gatekeep T-roll. Get out of here with that shit. So here, that's all I really want to say on that one. Like, honestly, guys, just reach out. One of the things that people say about me is I'm not a community guy. They say I'm not a community guy. I don't understand why. You don't know me. You don't know what I do. Oftentimes, I reach out to people. I try to give them advice on how to make their shows better. Like anybody who knows me pretty well, you can ask. Like, I have new people on my show. Anytime I'm asked to go on a show with somebody, I've said no maybe once because I wasn't available or I was uncomfortable. Like, that's it. I've gone on everybody's show. Like, I was on MCAP Corner Arcades last week. I will literally go on anybody's show whenever they want me. Like, that's being a good person. That's being a community person. I don't promote it all the time because I don't feel I need to. And I do stuff behind the scenes. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, I've used my opportunities that I've gained with companies to get people jobs with these companies that you don't even know about. And it's not like I'm going to go around and brag about it. So, I mean, anyways, just be good to people. Stop using your platform to be negative. Stop talking about people behind their back. Talk to people, have conversations, work things out. Be a man. That's how everybody needs to deal with this stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I actually was on a show several times back when we were friends. $1.99 super chat, just do shorts, problem solved. Shorts are awesome. You know, I don't do shorts, console fanboy. Speaking of shorts, though, I do got to get a short style video to Cleveland Gaming Classic. I'm sorry, super busy last week. It's on my priorities for tomorrow, I promise you. And Kevin Clausen with a $3 super chat. T-Roll started this. Let's cancel him. Yeah, like, guys, we need to stop the complaining. I'm not saying everything is sunshine and roses and everybody needs to get together. Some people are just oil and water. It's never going to work. But what we need to do is people need to stop saying stuff behind people's back, having opinions. Just have a conversation with people. I will tell you, honestly, I'm at the end of my rope with this stuff. Like, I am not going to deal with the negativity anymore. If someone's like just nasty to me and negative and taking energy from my life, I'm just not going to talk to them anymore. I'm not going to have anything to do with them. Simple as that. I'm done. If they want to have a conversation with me and work out our differences, I'm open to that. But anybody who just wants to shit on me, I am so done. Done. And it's the same thing for comments. If you come into my chat and you feel I'm doing something wrong, just tell me. You know, write your constructive feedback in the chat, or, you know, have a conversation with me. Set it up. I'm pretty open about having a call or doing something like that. Do that. But if you're just going to come into my streams and then say, or come into my chats and then just do something really negative, I'm just going to block you and move on with my life. That's the truth. So there's the feedback. If you want me to change, you want something different from me, give me some feedback, and I appreciate the conversation. There you go. Anyways, that's all the negative. That's as much drama as you're ever getting from me. Guys, stop it. Just stop it. Talk to one another. Have conversations. Don't assume things. Don't, listen to people being negative, telling you someone's burning you. Go watch the video and make sure for yourself. Look and view other opinions. Have conversations with people. It's the most important thing we can do. Stop the negativity. TechBuzz knows it. Honestly, guys, we got to do better. We got to do better with each other. There's room for everybody. Just be cool. No need to be negative. Could you swear at us like B Kong, please? No, I'm not doing that. I don't swear. Anyways, that's as close as you'll ever see me get to drama. I like to do positive stuff. I don't want to talk about the drama again. If anybody's got a problem with me, reach out to me. If anybody's got a problem with anybody else, instead of talking to a bunch of people and coming up with all these conspiracy theories, talk to them. Try to get it out in the open. Have a conversation. There you go. So right, don't attack, just relax. Anyways, that's all I want to say. I'm not going to get, that's as close as I'm ever going to get to drama. I don't want to do it. And Console Fanboy says, if you play more MK, you'll feel better, Mike. Huge update. We are getting MK2 Deluxe here in Canada, Zohar, so I can pick it up. And I'll be back on MK. I'll probably make sure to have it up in this office so my Wi-Fi works better than it did when I had MK30. And hopefully we can have some good games together. Excited to get that one back. Another thing, someone reached out to me this past week. A guy by the name of, I'm not going to say his name. But anyways, this guy reached out to me. We had a phone conversation. And he openly told me, he said, I think you're a shill because I watched your review and you said this. And I said to him, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, you know, you're saying, and it was specifically about the Arcade1Up pinball. He's saying, you know, you're saying you like the build quality. This one's not even as close as a real pinball machine. And I was like, I wasn't comparing it to a real pinball machine. And I just told him with my reviews, I don't pretend that I'm this champion gamer. All my reviews are taken from the perspective of I'm just a casual gamer. I'm a fun-loving gamer. I just enjoy playing the games. I'm not comparing these things to arcade machines. I'm comparing them to other, you know, retail level, toy quality arcade recreations. That's my viewpoint. I'm not comparing them to real arcades. And he was like, well, you should say that. You should say a disclaimer in your video. And he's right. I usually do say I'm just a casual gamer, but maybe I don't do it enough. So, you know, I got some good feedback there. If you have a problem with me, give me feedback like that because I would love to know what your perspective is. It helps me be a better channel and offer better content to you. So anyways, I'll just keep bitching if I stay here. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. It's been an hour and 18 minutes. I think you guys are awesome. I appreciate your time, your effort, being here with me every Monday night. You guys have entertained me. Hopefully, I've somewhat entertained you and haven't been too much. So close to saying a swear word. Now I can't say it. Anyways, guys, have an awesome Monday night. Hope you had a wonderful long weekend. There's a chance I'm going to stream again some more this week. Who knows? Mike, did you see the new buy stuff control deck for Retro Shooter? No, I haven't seen yet, but we'll see. Oh, I don't care how better you are at UK Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Zohar. I'll get that slide attack going. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful night. We'll see you, if not later this week, next week for another Chill and Chat with Michael B. Good night, everybody. Bye.